The Loud House, enough is enough. Have you ever heard of the show called The Loud House? It's a series where middle child Lincoln Loud has to survive in a family of 10 sisters. Yeah, that's so. Well, what if I tell you Dad found a unreleased dark episode? Well, it happened to me a few days before writing this. It's a bit of a long story. I was surfing the web and came across this website of slaved media known as digital file source. It's a website that carries strange lost pieces of the media that are either phone calls, security footage, images, deleted scenes of movies, etc. I had to stress the strange loss of a media. So, security footage, images, deleted movies. I had an interest strange loss of media. So, okay. I'm a help 9482 and fossil don't look 37 . Some of the entries on the website fossil loud 11. However, this replacement is responsible. The episode was last seen too disturbing and dark for the series. If you're a fan of Loud House, we must tell you this is no joke. Viewer discretion is advised. I was curious. I wondered why it would be so like the Loud House to have an episode like this. So after I downloaded it, it started the episode. When the episode started, the usual intro played. Nothing was wrong so far. However, and nobody went to the couch and watched the TV. They didn't like they were there, so Lily's poo-poo wasn't present for another time. Wow. That ending logo was tainted of the color of pencil instead of the website was joking. If not, it sold. The title cock fuck without a pub game. That's just your way. Did you just say living with 10? It's not down where it's for me. Lincoln here sounded like a little serious then. Hey, Bo, Luann said as he the next. What did the plot? She said, "Put on my." Lincoln frowned as yes, and plenty for. Do you want to smell my father? I'm not falling for. Okay, Lynn. Do you want something like banana pie? Lynn said before slamming it on Lincoln's face. I wonder why the description said this episode was too dark. Llewyn was making so many jokes, it made the more episode get stupid. Listen, facepalm and distraction. Stop, Llewyn. You're not funny. What do you call a voice that's completely a fight? A light. Hey, flower boy. Ha 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 ha. Llewyn laughed for a bit. Lincoln slid off his hand and face, revealing his angry eyes. Enough is enough! Lincoln said fiercely as he grabbed Llewyn by her shoulders. Wow, nice grip, bro. You should work out at the gym. Llewyn left her little joke. Doing something horrible. A low. I go gas and look at it, sense and fear. What have I done? But this made me feel so alive for some reason. I never felt good in this a while. I just know what do I have to do. It cut black for 3 seconds, pressing Lori texts on her phone to possibly to Bobby. Hey, Lori, can you drive me to the comic store? Ugh, just do it yourself or get your mom. Lincoln and Lori left the which I assumed to have to go to the bathroom. Lincoln looked at her phone, left inside. Glenn asked plans for his next ride out. 1 shot later, Lori was seen walking into her room when... Lincoln, let go of my phone right now! Lori was hit on the head by her phone as it broke, sounding glass. Lincoln walked over to her body and looked down to her. This is for smashing my VR console, teenage brat. Lincoln said with as it cut the Lori's lifeless body. The phone was shattered, bits of glass scattered around her face, being cut across in places. She was bleeding across her face where she was caught. I was shocked to see the metal child go on a killing spree. Why was this made? I thought myself. It cut black again. You have to change a different sense. Taking the black in the yard. Starts off Lynn saying, Hey Lincoln, want a raffle? Sure, why not, Lynn? I bet I win this time. I knew this was not going to be no wrestling match. I kept watching to see where glass Lincoln was interested wrestling with Lynn. He got behind her and shortly after cut up to a close of Lynn's eyes. Come at me, but Lynn was cut. Sir, where's she now? I see it. I knew something was wrong. The dark tears grew louder. But it came! So Lincoln, choking his 13-year-old sister from behind. Not only that, but he was mercy. Talking. What's wrong with you? It looked so soppy that it didn't look as cartoony as before. I watched Lynn grab her brother's hand to break free. It didn't look that cartoony as before. I watched Lynn grip her brother's hands to break free. It was useless for her to escape. It cut to Lynn's point of view. She was turned around to face with Lincoln. This is where I felt like I was going to faint. Lincoln's face looked menacing, cold, and possessed at this point. Went back to his normal style, but the face was highly detailed, and Lincoln's pupils was a reflection of his joking sister. Lynn, I watched in shock, as her version went blurry, and her eyelids opened and closed. This time she had her eyes shut. She was done. It was over for her. The gloomy music stopped. The next shot went to Lincoln sitting in the dark, with Lynn's body next to him. A different loud tune played. Lincoln looked at his siblings' body with a pleasant look on his face. After 30 seconds, he spoke. Sleep tight, Lynn. You're free. I got chills as he said those words. Lincoln had snapped, and he was no longer the man with a plan. He was now a corrupt soul. I wonder who's next for the axe, he wondered to himself. As he looked up with a planning smile, thoughts came to him. The video suddenly turned black and white. Lincoln pulled Lenny closer to him with a pair of scissors. In his hand, glared at Lola with a bat in his hand. He was seen smashing Luna's guitar in the face, about to set Lucy on fire. It cut black afterward. A line of white, uppercase text spelling. 1 week later. Faded after in 5 seconds. It was clear that 1 week has passed, and it was nighttime again. When the text and the black screen faded out, Lincoln was staring at the body of his now dead sisters, which were under his bed to name a few of their fates. Willie choked on what I assume is a small toy, and Lola was cut in the face multiple times. I'm not going to get into the rest of the sisters, though. My job is done. All I need is one more. But who is it? He said, looking around. Yes, it must be me. There's something that I must do, Lincoln said as he looked down. As he cut to black for 10 seconds, Lincoln was now seeing hanging from the ceiling. His back turned against the camera. I felt bedridden. All the siblings are dead just because Lincoln has snapped. It is all built up to this moment. Lincoln had to kill himself in order to join his sisters. Well, not all of his sisters, just a silent 12 seconds. Luann slowly got out of Lincoln's bed and planted heavily. It was just a relief that she didn't die. Like I said earlier, she was knocked out, not dead. Her wounds were still present. She was a bit pale and a bit more blood dripped down her face. But that's not entirely. She looked at Lincoln and back at her sisters, with now lifeless corpse. This is no joke, Luann said softly. She witnessed her first mass murder. She stood for a moment before limping outside, possibly to tell the parents what happened afterward. The camera panned slowly to Lincoln's hanging body. Then it cut to black with a Luann crying. She grabbed the needle and stabbed her eye out with the needle. And she grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed herself in the stomach. Blood was flying everywhere. Then Luann fell to the ground. It faded to black, indicating the end of this episode. The credits have an ear in it too. Background, same frog. How did they get away by making it such an imbecile episode? If you like this, make sure you like and subscribe. If you want me to do SpongeBob Suicide, the Mason Brother Gumball, the Grieving, original Squidward Suicide tape, make sure in the comments if you want me to know. Thank you and goodbye.